Hello, fictional. Welcome to the What If Essay. Today we are gonna see what if Issei is to have a harem. The short movie. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Issei Hyoudou is a second-year student at Kuo Academy and he isn't like normal or average guy. He's a class A pervert. His best guy friends Mastuda and Motohama convinced him to enroll with them into Kuo Academy because that school was originally an all-girls school, but since a few years have passed it became a co-ed school. But anyways, on to the story. Issei's dream is to have a sexy harem and that soon will become a reality. Why do you ask? He is a part of the occult research club which is at the ending of the school, but it's really a base for the devil world. By the way, the school is full of devil royal families which nobody knows about. His hometown is filled with stray devils, fallen angels, devils, crazy-ass stray exorcists and nuns and breasts devils. It was normal day for Issei, having all the girls from the occult research club live at his house with his parents and him. His parents didn't mind him having so many girls at their home. How did this happen? Ria's older brother Serzich's Lucifer demanded that all the girls live with him so he could live out his dream of a harem. Also, Issei's powers stem from lustful desires. Issei woke up due to his perverted alarm clock going off. His room was dark and the light from the outside began to pour in and he rubbed his eyes and blinked and he woke up to Ria's, Akeno and Asia on his bed naked and he woke up way too excited. He was surrounded by boobs. Boobs everywhere. Holy crap. I am surrounded by big luscious big all titty bitty city. Breasts. Ria's, Akeno and Asia are in my bed. What beautiful way to wake up. His happy scream woke up the three sleeping devil girls who were on his bed and they all yawned. Morning Issei-kun. Sleep well. Well, of course you did. You woke up to us this morning. Issei could have sworn he died and gone to fun bag heaven the way he woke up naked to all three of his club members who were naked in his bed and he smiled big. Ara. I wasn't trying to grab your breasts. My hands have a mind of their own. I am a guy. It's like they are possessed. Akeno smiled lustfully at Issei and licked his face. Ara, maybe we should have that harem sooner than later. Our little Issei looks like he's about to bust out the sheets being surrounded by a big-breasted woman in his bed. She said that excitedly, tracing her finger down his stomach making sure he stayed excited. Issei was way beyond excited and Ria's got jealous and summoned her magic red circle. You know, Akeno, you may be my best friend and queen piece, but remember one thing, Issei is mine. He's my pawn and I can do as I please with him. She glared at Akeno meaning business and she too traced her finger down on his stomach which made him even more excited than before and he had his face wide up in a grin and he thought like a pervert would. This is an excellent way to be woken up. I am with Ria's Asia and Akeno naked in bed. I am the freaking luckiest guy in the world. I want that harem now, damn it. Asia woke up mad and pulled Issei's cheek and puffed up her cheeks. Issei, must you be flirty early in the morning? I know Akeno and Ria's are more beautiful and much more bigger than I am, but I can't help it when you flirt like that with them. Issei's cheek was super red at the breakfast table and he ate his breakfast that all three girls made him and Ria's looked at him. Issei, you have 5 summon requests. Try to make at least 3 packs. You will be rewarded if you do. Issei got up out of his chair and his popped out of his head and he thought like a pervert once again. If I make 3 out of the 5 packs out of those summon requests, I get to motorboat those fun bags of Ria's and Akeno and Asia. Oh man. This is going to be freaking sweet. Sweet devil double D's. I have seriously died and gone to fun bag heaven. I will be rolling in double D's tonight. He looked at the girls at his breakfast table. I will get those packs for you, Ria's. I am not called the Red Dragon on Long Island for nothing now. So let's go to school. I want to try to dodge my best bud's punches. Akeno got up and placed Issei's face in her breasts and rubbed his face deeply. If you get those packs, Issei, you won't just rewarded from the president. You will get rewarded from me as well. Who knows what the priestess of thunder has up her precious robes. Maybe a little S&M. She was getting excited, rubbing Issei's face in her breasts and he was dying happily inside and he remembered he was in front of Ria's and Asia and he knew was in trouble. Ria's removed Issei's face from Akeno's breasts and she summoned her powers. Akeno, I did warn you this morning in bed. Issei is my pawn. He is my devil's servant. If anyone is losing their virginity it will be me. I don't have any problem taking you down if it means taking Issei by force. Akeno summoned her thunder from her hands. A little friendly competition with my best friend who is my king and my club president. Oh, this gets me excited. She licked her hand, that hand fully charged thunder twirling around in circles. Asia went in between both the president and the vice president to calm them down. Now listen, you guys. We are all a part of Issei's harem team. We should be able to share him equally. You know how perverted he is. We should be able to share him equally. Now we are going to be late for school and club activities. Both Riaz and Akeno settled down and realized that Asia was right about one thing: they can share Issei equally, but one of them won't give in to the competition. They all wanted Issei's virginity and badly too. This competition was going to heat up fast and none of them weren't going to back down. Issei made it to school and he ran into Hyoudou. He's also a part of the occult research club and Issei's sigh of relief. "Biba, I am glad to see you, man. I had the best morning ever, but where is the bycad? I have 5 summon requests. I just have to make 3 packs." Biba chuckled and figured out what was going on. "Let me guess, Riaz promised you a reward if you get those packs." Akeno pushed both Riaz and Asia to the edge again. "Your face looked like it got rolled in double D's this morning." As if on cue, Issei's best friends Mitsuda and Motohama ran toward him and gave him a double punch in the face, and that sent Issei flying across campus, and Mitsuda yelled at him. "What the hell, man? How can you leave us hanging like that, bro? How come you have all the beautiful babes at your house? Have you sworn off porn?" Motohama pushed his glasses up and held his friend back. Now Mitsuda, let's have Issei explain himself. What on earth happened last night? Not only you have Asia living at your house, but you have Akeno and Riaz and Kaneko also living there as well. Why are they so attracted to you? Are they all over your junk at night? Do you all have foursomes at night? Explain yourself, Issei. Issei got up with his face bruised and bumped up all over the place and turned to face his friends. How would you feel if you woke up to funbag heaven and you were naked in bed with 3 hot pieces of fresh babes early in the morning? I had the best morning ever. Mitsuda and Motohama, being the X-rated perverts they were, they pictured Issei doing everything they dreamed of doing with the hottest girls in school, and thunder and lightning surrounded their clouded perverted judgment and they fell to the floor thinking their best bud had become a man and that he had his harem already. Issei reported to the clubhouse early since it was a short day of classes and he summoned his transportation circle and went on his first summon request. He knocked on the door loudly and said, "Devil's servant knocking on your door. You summoned a demon, right?" The girl in a Wonder Woman cosplay opened her apartment in and dragged Issei in and locked the door. "So you are the demon servant. So show me what you can do." Issei stood up and used his powers and made flowers and jugglers appear and they were under the control of his devil magic and the cosplayer was impressed and she was happy. She made the pact with Issei and he went off on his second pact session and he knocked again on another apartment. "The devil's servant knocking at your door. You summoned a demon for a request." The girl with boobs the size of Riaz and Akeno dragged him and slammed the door shut. She was also a cosplayer and she was about to pop out of her costume. She was dressed as a nurse. Not the type of nurse you would see at the hospital or the school nurse's office. This type of nurse you would see on late night cable, and Issei caught the biggest nosebleed of his life. The nurse placed Issei on the couch and tended to his nosebleed. You had quite the nosebleed there. I will help you feel better." Issei died and gone to heaven again because her breasts were in his face and he wanted to grab them bad. The girl made the pact with him and she sent him on his way after she tended to his nosebleed and he went on his last pact request and knocked on the door. "The devil's knocking at your door. You summoned a demon." The guy opened the door and let Issei in. "What type of devil servant are you? You are not the usual person I called." Issei sat on the floor and drank tea. "Listen here. I am a devil's servant. I am the best you got. I will summon girls for you, just watch me." He stood up and summoned hot girls and the guy made the pact and kicked Issei out of his apartment and Issei got up and dusted himself off and smiled to himself. "No freaking way. I actually did it. I actually got 3 packs. Do you know what this means? I am gonna motorboat those huge luscious breasts of Riaz, Akeno and Asia. This is the best day of my life." He got on his bike and rode back to the clubhouse like a bat out of hell and he walked inside the room and all the girls were staring at him and they were wearing bathrobes instead of their school uniform. It was clear they just came out the shower because they were summoned for a battle by a stray devil who killed their previous master and was spiraling out of control, and Riaz looked at Issei. "Welcome back, Issei. I trust that you made those packs." Issei was in his own world staring at their breasts. "Yes, I got those packs for you, President. So another one has gotten out of control again. Where is it this time?" Akeno had that sadist look on her face and licked her finger that was surrounded by thunder. It's by a graveyard. We should go now. Are you ready, Issei?" Issei snapped out of it and shook his head and summoned his sacred gear to his left hand. "Let's go finish this thing off. I am ready for this. Akeno, summon that transportation circle so we can fight." Riaz was excited to see Issei in this light. Issei, what's gotten you into the mood? Is it because of the reward?" Everyone stepped onto the transportation circle and got teleported to the graveyard where their enemy was waiting for them. The enemy popped out of the ground rubbing her breasts deeply and getting excited. This is exciting. You nasty devils have come to destroy me. You can't. I feel so hot and bothered right now that I am busting out of my top. Issei got the biggest nosebleed ever and fell to the floor with his nose still bleeding. Damn it. She knows my weak point. But damn, she has huge breasts. I wanna motorboat those bad. Kaneko cocked Issei out into a tree and he was out cold for the battle. These small breasts are a curse. Issei is a big pervert who can't keep himself in his pants. Kaneko's body was dark red from anger and took the tree from the ground and threw it into the mouth of the perverted, which the devil choked on it. Rias looked at Akeno and Kiba. Akeno and Kiba, finish her off now. Make her pay for her nasty sins for trying to seduce our Issei. Akeno was in her Maiko outfit and was laughing sadistically because she knew she was about to inflict some serious pain on the demon devil who tried to seduce Issei with her breasts, and once again she licked her hand. Naughty naughty bitch. Trying to seduce Issei is a big no-no in my book. Now you must pay for your sins. She let all the thunder out of her hands and she kept laughing sadistically. Issei is ours, so back off. Oh, this is a major turn on. Just thinking about killing you is making me very very hot and hungry. She was having way too much fun inflicting damage on the devil demon woman, and Kiba slashed the monster in half, and then Rias delivered the final blow which killed the monster and sent it to the underworld, and when Issei finally woke up and saw his friend surrounding him and he blinked. What happened? What did I miss? Did we win? Kaneko knocked him out until next week and carried him back to the clubhouse and placed him on the couch. He's a pervert, but he is sweet and means well. He needs to control it. So Rias, what was the reward for Issei getting those packs? Rias blinked and looked at Kaneko. I was going to let him do whatever he wanted to mine and Akeno breasts. He did such a good job getting those packs. But oh well, he missed his chance. There is always next time. Akeno couldn't wait any longer. Oh come on now, we have our way with Issei. This is fun. We should grant his wish for the harem. We are his main girls in his harem. Let's grant him his wish. Rias smirked at Akeno. But we should do that when he's awake. It's more appropriate, is it not? We do want our Issei to be fully awake in a certain area. Kaneko blushed dark red because she knew it was a matter of time before the harem would actually start, and she knew how Issei was, but she too was a part of his harem team, along with Asia and Zenobia. We are just adding more and more to his fantasizes. You know, the moment he wakes up he will be a dirty pervert. Ria smiled and traced her finger on Issei's stomach. But Kaneko, that's what we love about him. One of these days that harem will happen. As Issei says, he wants to motorboat us until he can't motorboat us no more. Trust me, he will be the harem king whether Riser likes it or not. Issei is already engaged to us all, so why not have a little bit of fun with him? He can give us a huge family if we ask him or took him by force. We all live under his parents' roof, but when they gone we have Issei all to ourselves. Akeno was getting very hot and horny and very excited. Issei, I am busting out of my top. Save me from busting out of it. Issei woke up fully erected and rubbed his face in Akeno's breasts, and that made Akeno very excited and hot and bothered, which caused her to have her thunder around her hand, and she licked them because Rias named her the ultimate sadist, and Rias got jealous, and Akeno jumped up all hot and bothered. President, you know this can go two ways, either I win or we both win. We can have him different nights of the week. Weekends work differently. She kept licking her hand which was surrounded by thunder, and Rias looked at her. Remember this, Akeno Issei belongs to me. I will rock his world in manhood. I will take him by force. He is my pawn. My devil's servant. I will let him do me as he pleases, whether it's hard or soft. Isn't that right, Issei? My red dragon. Issei got more excited. Hell yes. I will motorboat all of you until I can't no more. I wanna see lady parts. I have seen Rias naked a hell of a lot of times. I wanna see Asia and Akeno and Kaneko and Zenobia naked. I want my harem. Rias smirked at him and placed his face in her breasts. Well, Issei, you have been working hard and you did get those packs. It's time you got your harem, but the question is, who do you want first? Me? Akeno? Kaneko? Asia or Zenobia? You can't have all of us at one time. Remember, you're part of the deal. Your part is to keep us all happy. We live with you. So who do you want first? We all are engaged to you. So who will be first? Issei didn't think twice about it and got up from the couch and went over to Rias and grabbed her. It's you. I want you first. Besides, you did save me from death. I woke up in bed naked with you thinking we had sex. I thought I blacked out on my first time, but you crushed my dreams by saying that you were still a virgin. But then again, being near you all made my head spin a lot. So I choose Urias Germary. It was the morning after the battle with the stray devil and Issei just wanted to relax this weekend. Luckily for him, his homework was completed and he had no club meeting today, and he stood in his room with the curtains closed and he completely shut off his alarm clock and he just stared at his ceiling in his darkened room. Is my dream about come true? Am I really gonna have my harem? Wait. I am going to have my harem. Holy crap. I get to have my harem. This is not a freaking dream. I get to motorboat my girls. Sweet. If this is a dream I never ever want to wake up from it. Woo. I get to be harem king whether Riser likes it or not. Hell yeah. Riaz appeared in Issei's bedroom by using her transportation circle and smiled. Morning Issei. Sleep well. Issei blinked and then rubbed his eyes and he was fully awake now. Boobs. What a beautiful thing to be awake to. Double D breasts and very bouncy and luscious and firm. Wait, could this be the start of my harem now? I am ready for it. Since he was distracted, Riaz was already on his bed with her double D-sized breasts in his face and smiled. I see that you are excited this morning. Are you ready for your harem, my devil servant? My pawn. Remember, I am a devil, but also I am also your master. You have to do exactly as I say or there will be a punishment for you if you disobey me. Issei got overexcited again and stared at her breasts and his mind was all over the place. Oh, of course Riaz. I will do whatever you say. After all, I am your devil's servant. Riaz smiled and put her breasts in front of his face. Good. I trust in your potential. We all are virgins. Make an honest woman of me. Would you, Ice-kun? She was being very seductive this morning and more bold than usual, and Issei was just lost in her breasts since they were in his face, and he got more excited and he got on top of her and kissed her lips deeply. Riaz kissed him back deeply and felt his manhood hot and ready to enter her, and she saw how big he got due to him super excited. Issei kissed her all over the place, teasing her and squeezed her breasts roughly and bit her neck, leaving love marks all over the place, and Riaz moaned a lot louder due to his parents not being home. Ice, that feels wonderful. The next head of the House of Grimory was in pure ecstasy, feeling Issei's lips all over her body and on her breasts, and she kept moaning more and more louder, and Issei lost control of himself and started to enter in her very hard and fast and started pounding her, and Riaz screamed loudly. Ice. Issei kept pounding Riaz as if he was trying to win a race at the marathon, and the bed was creaking worse and worse with their devil powers combined, and Riaz kept screaming in pleasure and was breathing harder, and she got on top of him and rode him like no tomorrow, and she was moaning and her breasts bouncing up and down, and Issei kept getting more and more excited seeing her breasts bounce up and down as she rode him, and with their combined powers, they kinda went overboard and the rooftop of the house went into space, and they continued on until they both came together and couldn't feel their bodies move anymore. Riaz fell on top of Issei breathing hard and cuddled his face in her breasts. Ice, my pawn, my devil's servant. That was amazing. I enjoyed it very, very much. It was everything I had hoped it would be for my first time. I want to go at it again, but this time with me on top instead of you. Issei's eyes wide and excited, but he didn't have the energy to even get it up, and he smiled. My beautiful Riaz, we have to rest. The sex was amazing and powerful. I enjoyed it so very, very much. We do need rest, my sexy, sexy devil. My body is sore from that powerful sex we just had. Also, we blew off the roof of my parents' house. That needs to be fixed before they come home. Riaz smirked and placed his face more deeper in her breasts. Yes, you are right, my faithful pawn. We do need to get that roof fixed. I will call my brother and he will get this all fixed this in one day, and you are also right that we do need rest, my devil's servant. Next time we do this I want you to go down on me and make me beg for mercy. Issei's eyes widened and he thought. Is that even proper Japanese for a woman to speak to me like that? I have never heard such powerful and lustful and sexual words in my life. I am a lucky hell of a guy. I am going to become the harem king and Riser can't do a damn thing about it. Such powerful lustful language from my club president. Riaz called her brother to get the house fixed up and cleaned before Issei's parents got home, and she stood in bed with him all day until their bodies completely healed and they relaxed in bed and cuddled. As the house was getting fixed, Akeno was preparing her own little thing for Issei in her room. She built a massage table and ordered the oils for her set up to get Issei to take her virginity, and she had the perfect mood music and she knew it would be tomorrow since it was almost golden week for them and they would be off for an entire week. Akeno thought if his parents went away for a week and a day, then she can have Issei all to herself and do whatever she wants to him, and he can do whatever he wants to her in return. She also thought. The more partners Issei has, the more chance for baby devils running around with a massive amount of power. Oh Issei, will you do the honors of sexing me down and make me beg for mercy? This makes me so hot. Issei, I want you inside me now. I am so hot and horny and bothered. I want all of you inside me. She was beyond turned on at the moment and crawled into bed just thinking about it, made it more and more hot for her. She took off her clothes and mentally tortured herself, seeing her and Issei straddling each other like wild animals in a grassy field and was moaning very loudly, even though she wasn't with Issei at the moment. Issei woke up to Ria's breasts in his face and he wasn't bored with that at all and he was very excited again and wanted to go at it, but due to him being physically tired he couldn't move. At least the roof and house is fixed. That's a good sign. Man, tonight was the best night of my life. Harem world, here I come. Suck on that, you oversized fire-breathing bird phoenix. I can take care of Ria's and her court. I am more of a man than you are. I may be a lower class devil, but damn it, I will be king of the harems one day. That day starts today. Ha 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 ha. Hanako was in her room thinking about everything she has been through with Issei, and she realized she had fallen for him, and even though he accepted all the girls' engagement within the club, she felt she had a special place in his heart. She after all was his girlfriend as well. She, along with Ria's Akeno, Asia and Zenobia, she had to share him, although she didn't want to, but she had to because she is a part of his harem team and soon enough Issei will claim all their virginities. That much she was certain of. It's a nice spring evening the day before Golden Week. Issei and his future wives were at home, relaxing. The parents were away for a week celebrating their anniversary of some odd years. However, Issei was planning to be lazy due to no classes for the week, which meant no club activities, so he was free to do whatever he wanted. However, he had women to please in his house who lived with him. From the last chapter, Issei managed somehow to please his club president after the night they had, and now it was Akeno's turn to unleash the dragon from Issei's manhood. Issei was in bed focusing on how not to be a pervert, and he kept his legs crossed and focused. I am not a sex fiend. I am not a pervert. I don't picture the girls naked every night. I am a good person. So Lord help. A strange powerful jolt went through his head and he fell on the floor. Ow, what the hell was that? I was totally taking your whole name in vain thing. I wasn't asking for help with my problem. Well, I better go take a shower before the girls have something planned for me. He went to go take a shower and luckily for him nobody was in the bathroom and he hopped in and relaxed and was happy about his current situation and he stared up at the ceiling all calm and relaxed. Akeno was in her room preparing for her special night with Issei and she wanted to make sure everything was perfect for her night. She thought about it so much that she got overexcited and hot and bothered that her thunder jolted around her hands and she began licking them very hard. Akeno is a sadist and a masochist. She's really into S&M. It means sadomasochism, which means the pure pleasure of inflicting pain and torture on a person and also enjoying the pain on yourself as well. In the discovery of health, sadomasochism is the most simply defined as the ercotizing of pain during sexual intercourse. Basically, Akeno gets that from her mother and father. And she was on the floor sweating and getting more and more excited. I want my Issei now. I am so hot and bothered. This game of cat and mouse is too exciting. I just may bust out of my top if he doesn't come right now and unleash his dragon on me. This virgin is about to be unleashed in a big and bold way. Issei, unleash your dragon now. I want to be devoured by the likes of the Red Dragon Emperor that possessed a boy of a cute boy like yourself. My eyes. Devour the likes of a half-fallen angel half-devil like me. I want you so bad. Issei, go down on me. Make me feel the wrath of the Red Dragon. Issei came out the bathroom all relaxed and calm and went to the kitchen ready for dinner, which Riaz and Asia were making fully clothed this time and they were making a good meal since Issei's parents are away for Golden Week. Riaz and Asia were making a Japanese meatloaf with white rice and ramen and fried eggs and an egg omelette with a salad and they both called him. Issei, time for dinner. Let's enjoy it together. Everyone, time for dinner. Akeno and Kaneko came down in their pajamas ready for dinner, but Akeno's pajamas were a little more revealing than the rest of the girls at his house. She was wearing a see-through white pajama bottoms and see-through bra on and nothing to cover her private area and she smiled. Dinner smells wonderful, but seeing as dessert will be me later with Issei, I want to savor the flavor a lot more for dinner. Issei will devour me like a French ice cream sundae on a hot thunder-filled summer in Paris, France. Oh Issei, this is so hot. I am throbbing on the inside. Devour me. Devour me now, Red Dragon. Issei spat out his food and caught a nosebleed and he thought. Akeno-san is most aggressive tonight. I have never heard such words from a Maiko such as her. Akeno-san is very bold. No wonder they call her the ultimate sadist. I wonder what she has planned tonight for me. I bet it will most entertaining. I will get to unleash my dragon on her tonight. Oh hell yeah. I will motorboat her until no tomorrow. I have never heard such Japanese from her like that before. Kaneko ate her dinner quietly and thought to herself. Issei-senpai is a big pervert, but he is sweet. We are all engaged to him. Especially me, and soon I will be motorboated by him. I am a part of his harem team. I can punch him for being a pervert and he doesn't mind it at all. That's how just we are. Issei is too happy-go-lucky all the time, although he's a big pervert. After everyone ate dinner they went to the living room to relax and watch TV. Akeno was behind the couch where Issei was sitting on and she had her breasts against his back. Issei, I want you to savor the flavor of my dessert when we are all alone, Issei. I will bust out of my pajamas which are see-through if you don't help me, Issei. Oh Issei, unleash your red dragon on me. Oh, I want you so bad, Issei. My Issei. I am getting so hot and bothered about it right now. Devour me, Issei. Devour me now. Issei got up from the couch and went with Akeno to her room and locked the door. Akeno blindfolded his eyes and tied him to a chair, and music was playing softly but loud from her room, and she changed into stripper clothes which showed off her large breasts and her private part on the bottom, and she licked her lips and uncovered his eyes. Like what you see, my Issei. I wore this just for you. I hope it's to your liking. I want to show you something before you unleash your red dragon on me and in me. I want to get you all worked up so much that you won't stop unleashing your dragon on me for the rest of your days. Issei was tied and chained up to the chair, and he just got more excited while being chained and tied up to his chair from his desk, and he thought. Hell yes. Akeno-san is dressed dangerously and sexy. Damn it, I am so going to motorboat her so bad that she won't see it coming. She is so damn hot. I wish I wasn't chained and tied to my desk chair. He watched Akeno dance very slowly and dangerously, making sure Issei was watching closely, and she sat on his lap nibbling his earlobe from top to bottom, and she licked his neck and sucked on it, leaving marks on it, and was enjoying herself a little too much, and she went into her sadomasochist mode. Issei, are you getting excited? Are you getting so excited that all your dragon power is going to burst any moment and break the ropes and chains and straddle me like you want to? Don't you want to just ram me with all of your lustful desires? Don't you just want to break out and punish me with everything you have? Don't you want to spank me and cause me pain? Don't you want to whip and chain me to your bed? She was getting so turned on that she untied and unchained Issei and ripped off his clothes which left him nude, and she had her thunder surrounding her hand, and she kept licking it as if it was a loyal pop, and she kept getting turned on more and more. This is so hot. This is turning me on so bad. Issei, spank me, I have been so naughty. I deserve to be punished because I have been trying to take you away from Rias. Spank me so hard. Issei threw Akeno onto his bed and gave her an oil deep tissue massage, and he cracked all of her back and neck. Hell yes. I want to unleash my dragon on you so badly. This is your punishment for trying to steal me from the president. I will torture you more as it gets more intense. He spanked her roughly on her ass, and it turned her on more and more, and she moaned loudly. Issei, please be more rougher with me. Make me pay for my sin of trying to take you away from the president. I have been so damn bad and lustful. Issei kept torturing her by oiling down her back and kept cracking her back, and he laughed evilly. After torturing her for most of the night, the real punishment for Akeno came and Issei straddled her like tomorrow, and she screamed his name very loudly and was enjoying the pain and pleasure. She didn't know what it was like to be the one in pain, and she enjoyed it so much, and she held on to Issei tightly because he was thrusting her hard, and they kept up with the S&M sex for the rest night, trying everything in the book. After everything that happened that night, Issei and Akeno were breathing hard and holding each other, and Akeno smirked. Issei, I want more. I still need to be punished. I love the way you punished me tonight. I want to be severely and dangerously punished. Issei chuckled darkly. I promise you, my priestess of thunder and S&M, you will be punished soon enough. But for right now we need rest. Our bodies will not make it if we keep going on. Also, we have club meetings after vacation, so be patient, my thunder priestess. Right now we do need the rest. Akeno liked this side of Issei a lot, and she stroked his manhood. Of course, my red dragon emperor. You're right. Issei was wide awake enjoying his golden week off from school and occult research club activities, and he went to Rias with an outrageous idea. Rias, I demand to go to the devil world to mess with that big ass bird. He owes me. I want to take his sister and totally ram her until she begs me to stop. Rias blinked at Issei and got out of her bed. Absolutely not, Issei. Even if you demand it, I will not allow it. He is still steaming after his defeat. Your punishment will be 1,000 deaths. But since you are set on this, I will allow it just this once. Promise me you will come home safe and sound and in one piece. Issei nodded and kissed her neck and bit it. Of course, Rias. I promise to come home safe and sound and in one piece. Send me to the devil world already. Rias's promise sent him to the devil world. Issei went straight towards Lord Riser's castle and kicked the door down and yelled like the mad and horny devil he was. Bravo. I am here to claim your virginity. Come down from that room of yours. I want to stick it to Riser. Come here so you can scream no mercy. I am gonna plow you so hard. Ravel came down from her chamber and it was obvious she was asleep because she was in see-through pajamas. What on hell's earth are you doing here? Don't you have anything better to do than make a fool out of my family's name? Then she shook her head. Wait, what did you say? You want to what? And what? Issei smirked. I want to make you scream bloody murder. I want to plow you so hard that you won't be able to walk for 2 weeks. Also I want to stick it to the big ass bird of brother you got. This is for kidnapping Rias after the raiding game. I am gonna plow you with my very long and powerful dragon. Ravel blushed dark red and she was feeling intense sexual powers from Issei and she invited him into her room and she locked the door behind them. So the red dragon has came out to play, has he? I want to see how well he can handle the likes of a phoenix like me. She removed her clothes and it revealed how much she has developed in her body. Issei took off his clothes fast and threw them on the floor carelessly and threw Ravel onto the bed and he kissed her neck and rubbed her fleshy walls very hard and fast. Ravel moaned very loudly and was trying not to scream because she didn't know if her brother was home or not, but she never felt like this in her entire life. She was also a part of her brother's harem. He has a complete set of chess pieces of the devil world. Rias only has 6 pieces, which are Akeno, Queen, Kiba, Knight, Kaneko Rook, Asia Bishop, Zenobia, Knight, Gasper, Bishop, and then there is Issei Pawn, and of course Rias King. Issei kept torturing her, but she kept moaning more and more louder, and then she finally screamed and her body was sweating and shaking because she was in pain, but also in another world due to Issei pleasing her so much. I have never felt like this before. This is amazing. Unleash that dragon on me. I want your babies, damn it. She kept screaming in pain and in pleasure and kept breathing harder and harder. Issei smirked evilly. I will unleash it when I am good and ready. Right now this is turning me on. You in pain is such a turn on. He blinked again and then he shivered and he reminded himself that he was starting to sound like Akeno because she loved people in pain. So he kept causing pain and pleasure to Ravel, which kept making her scream more and more, and she held the bed covers tightly because the sex was really super intense. Once Issei was done with the torturing of Riser's little sister Ravel, he now decided to unleash his long dragon on Ravel and he rammed her heavily and harshly, claiming her virginity, and she screamed so loud that the devil world, the angel world and the fallen angel world heard it. Basically the entire universe heard it and everyone blinked. Issei kept ramming her more and more that it was so powerful that her bed broke, and then she got on top of him and rode him like she was riding a horse, and her large breasts kept bouncing up and down in his face and he kept getting harder and harder and more excited and he moaned louder and louder and his body was sweating and he held her waist and sucked on her breasts harder and harder, which caused he to scream, but she kept riding Issei and he didn't mind it. After a long night of torturing Ravel and his body was tired, he closed his eyes and relaxed. Ravel however cuddled up to him and covered them with a quilt and she nuzzled him cutely. Wow. The red dragon can keep up with the likes of me. The pain and pleasure was very enjoyable. I am a full woman now. I won't be able to walk for more than 2 weeks. My dragon king. She fell asleep in the crook of Issei's neck and stayed by him. It was late at night and Rias was preparing for the next club meeting and she went over the paperwork. Akeno came into Ria's room and blinked. Have you seen our little Issei? He's not in his room. I wanted to give him a nice long foot rub and other pleasures of the world. She licked her lips darkly that was surrounded by thunder. Rias took off her glasses and looked up from her paperwork. My Issei is in the underworld. Unraveling Ravel. Riser's sister. I don't approve of it, but it's my mother's wish and Issei has to fulfill her wish. He has to please all women who are a part of his harem or will be a part of his harem. So we have to grin and bear it. Besides, we are his top girls. Asia, Kaneko and Zenvoya are going to marry him and have his children who will carry a mix of all our powers. That will repopulate the devil world. Issei will be a good father. He has become a little bit like you. Kinda a sadist. Akeno smirked. Well, S&M sex is the best sex in world. Doesn't matter what time frame it is in. It's so damn hot sexy when a guy controls you. Issei has a lot to learn from us big-chested women. Kaneko walked into Ria's room and had her arms crossed. Where's the pervert? I hope he isn't peeking on girls in the hot springs. It was obvious she was worried, but she did start to develop feelings for Issei, but she didn't know how to deal with it or how to tell him. Issei woke up and blinked and looked at the time. Oh crap, I was supposed to be home 2 hours ago. Rias is gonna kill me. He got dressed quickly and teleported home and made it just in time for dinner. He smelled shrimp ramen with white rice. I am home and dinner smells great. He went into the kitchen and sat down and saw Rias upset and glaring at him. Rias glared at Issei. Did you complete your mission, Issei? Did you unravel Ravel? Issei nodded slowly. Yeah. End of the here. So that's it for today's video, guys. Before you go, just like the video and share it with your friends.